Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. As you can see, we're going to be doing a Loose Lucy from '74. I did a Loose Lucy on the recent Bob stuff that he does in like by himself and with Wolf Brothers and all that. How it's kind of like, it's kind of just like the slow blues version that he slowed it down. But with Jerry, they did it a whole different, super acid-filled way. And I've been listening to these counterpoints Bob's doing, and it's just so fascinating how he can just come up with this stuff behind Jerry. But I'm going to break down some of this stuff. This is 5/17/74. This is a really, really good version. This is probably my favorite time period, is 73, 74, when Bob was going at stuff like this. His just sound was so nice, and it went with everything Phil and Jerry were doing. So it's a lot of single note stuff, I will say that, because Jerry's doing all that, like whatever the Jerry riff is. I'm not too sure about that one, but right now, but it's right there with his notes. So it starts out just doing the riff. That's Jerry's. You're gonna go. That riff is slide up from the 8 to the 10, or from the 9 to the 11 on the A. So 9, 11 on the A, 9 on the D, back to the 11 on the A, and then 9 on the G. Just kind of playing around with this E inversion. Just doing it in a very slick acid way. And then this next part is, so it's, then you want a chromatic walk down 9, 8, 7. And then you go from the 5 to the 6. So it's like you're messing around with all the notes. You're just not doing them in a succession like that. It's just so 9, 8, 7, 5, 6, 7. So the 9, 8, 7, 5, 6 are all on the D string. And then go down on the A string. You don't even have to strum it, you just goes to so this, it's like a E7 shape. 9, 7, D string, 8, G string, D string, G string, and then your pinky is on the B string. It's like a B minor 7, but it's also an E11 because it's a 7 and 11, 7 and a 4 on an E. So all that together. And then you basically just do the same thing for the verse. So it's that little step. It's not like a 4/4. It's that little hop, little. That's the one right there. So it's got a little hop step to it. But you just do that riff throughout the verse, and this E11 to the 7, and then he also, I hear him go, goes into this inversion of E, where these two fingers are just droning, and then you have this, and then the B string, but you slide into it. Just do this 7 too. I just realized that. So he's doing this inversion when he switches from. So ring finger on the 12th on the D, pinky finger on the B. Oh yeah, D on the 12th, ring finger, B on the 12th, pinky finger, and then your index finger's on the 9th on the G. It's E7 as well. Slide into it. So we'll go through. I'll go to the verse. So then right there, when he goes to A, instead of going, you go, and on the A note, because you're going to A. This one, he just sits down to this one. A7 you can put on. Just sits to this inversion for this first verse. So let's go into that A. So then for after the A, just go back to riff again, and then instead of going back to E, B this time, and that's just a regular 4. There's no really step right there. It's just a regular beat. So. You can hear he does this for this first verse. He does minor third to major third on the B. Same thing in the A. And then you hear it for the first verse. He does this little 5 walk down in the A on the A string from the 7, 6, 5, 4. So after you hit A, I know you know my love no more singing. And then E, and this walk down in E is a 5 walk down too. So the concept of what he's trying to show is we're about to walk down the 5. I'm about to do it in this chord before too, and then we're going to do it in E. Now you do it in this version of E. Walk down your ring finger note. And hit it like that. Emphasize the note first, and then hit the. So singing And this is just for the first verse. He does this many ways, or 2 different ways really in this. three different ways really. This is just one of them. This is another one. I'll show you that one in a little bit when we get to it. So up until there, it's the A, single note, walk down E, walk down the 5, and then F sharp. Same thing, minor third to major third. Singing, thank you. And then he does this little minor third to major fourth, or minor third to major third to sus4, slide up to the 5. It's a lot of single chromatic walk-ups. It's very, very trippy. And then B. You just go up to this B. Right back to the riff. That's when you put a little step in there. And you're right back to. So we'll go through that once. There he does. Goes from 5, 6, 7. Emphasizes the 7 right before you go to the E. So, I forgot about that. He's emphasizing this inversion. I got drunk coming home last night. So he's that inversion I told you in the beginning. So he was in this one. He's gonna go back to this one again, but it's just emphasizing a different one in the next verse. This is the other in E7 he does. So this inversion of E, 14, 16, 17, you just drop your 17 to the 15, make it a 7 on the B string, and then you hammer on 14 to 15. So you're emphasizing the 6 to the 7, just like you are here. He does it right there in that verse. The other inversion of A7 he does is up here. It's just you 7 it by dropping your 14 to the 12, keeping everything else. Ring finger on the 14, pinky finger on the 14, D string, B string, and then G strings on the 12. A7 inversion. So this one, when he goes to put in that A7. Don't take much sticking me on the ground. When you go to B, slide up to this B. So when you do, and then in this C shape E, and then you set yourself up for this. You can see he's moving up in the neck so he can set himself up for this next walk down instead of doing this how we did that before. He's all down here and now he's all up here getting ready to go. So you go to this A, singing I know you don't want my love no. He says right before he goes to the E walk down, he slides up to the 5 for the A. And then he puts, so it's and this one you're walking down the G string from the 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, but you're doing the chords with it. So this 14th and 17th don't move until you switch inversions to this. That's when you move your hands. You'll see this walk down in a lot of Jerry songs. Tennessee Jed. Hell in a Bucket. So it's a lot of songs they have these concepts in and they just put them in different songs. This one it's just in the E. Same thing, it's just F sharp right here instead of down here. Same thing, sus4 to 5. And then B. Same middle, 6 to 7. So we'll go through that. I just use the tricks from the verse to back up Jerry, and you're kind of signaling when you're the riff because Jerry's soloing, when you're changing and everything. So yeah, that's basically just the verses in the solo.
I was just thinking
same stuff as we were doing before. So it ends with repeating that, yeah, 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 yeah. This is way number 2, and then way number 3 is. On my bottom. Just the D7 inversion. And then I kind of threw in the, and then when you end, you just real quick, chromatic walk down to the major third of B. So, sorry, I'll do that. It's a real tight close. But yeah, that's a really fun version to play. I really like that. Inversions and all the little tricks Bob's doing behind Jerry. I hope that helps, and way more to come.